So let's talk about the first 3 episodes of Before, which is available on Apple TV Plus. Before, to summarize, is about a gentleman named Eli who just lost his wife Lynn, has a very strained relationship with his daughter Bob, and he was on the verge of retirement. At this point, his assistant named Cleo, she was wrapping up all of his stuff, but then came in Noah. Eli's friend, for lack of a better way of putting it, named Gail, she figured with what Eli's going through when it comes to his wife dying, this case would be good for him, a good distraction. However, Eli has already been pretty much avoiding talking about his wife's death, as shown by what he will and will talk about with his daughter, his granddaughter Sophie, never mind a therapist he voluntarily seized. But with being unwilling to talk about his wife, he decides to fixate on Noah, who has a very strange amount of things going on in his life. Never mind the fact that he's in his 5th foster home in 2 years, and also he's a safe haven baby, so a lot has gone on in his, I believe, 8-year-old life. But now he's seeing ghostly, almost specter-like figures coming from the corner of ceilings, monsters almost coming around people he sees and trying to attack them, and being who he is, he tries to attack the monster, and he usually attacks a person and injures them. In one of the last injuries he caused, he stabbed a kid in the neck with a pencil, and this has landed him in a hospital where he's getting tested, and they're trying to figure out, is he a danger just to himself, a danger to others, society as a whole? And that's partly where we leave off when it comes to Noah's situation. But talking about Lynn a little bit more, her death has been touted for most of the season as something that's a suicide. But at the end of episode 3, there was a push that, similar to Noah in some ways, Eli may have a selective memory and may be in and out of consciousness, and it could be that when it comes to Lynn's death, it wasn't something that she caused, but he caused. So to give you a bit of a view of the first 3 episodes, I'm somebody who, especially after Servant, which is the M. Night Shyamalan film, TV show that was on Apple TV Plus, I'm kind of iffy when it comes to mysteries, but I will say, even though they're going a bit of the long road when it comes to Noah's situation, with Lynn, by episode 3, they start to pick up on what happened, really present some kind of intrigue, and you can even say that spills over to the Noah situation in terms of, with Eli being a type of child psychologist who was more focused on his work than his family, you could submit that potentially the reason why the ghost of Lynn keeps popping up is because she's trying to use Noah so that Eli can finally understand what she was going through. Because Eli makes it seem like he doesn't know why his wife killed himself. He feels like an imposter because he's a psychologist and he didn't know what she was going through. So some could submit that through Noah, Lynn is trying to get Eli to understand. Hence the specter, and the specter could be the cancer that was creeping up on Lynn. The drowning could be because she felt like she was drowning on her own without any type of lifeguard or life vest because her husband was absent. And from what it seems, from one of her final moments alive, at least in the original timeline or storyline where she killed herself, it seemed that rather than deal with some kind of confrontation, argument, or conversation, Eli left to go to the pool, get some Chinese food, and then he came back home to see his wife dead in the tub. So in many ways, there's a decent build, but again, with M. Night Shyamalan probably one of the main people who have presented mysteries that I've watched, and generally speaking, not really thinking offhand of a good mystery movie or show which had a good payoff, because they all have good builds. It's just that final moment always seems kind of bleh. I have to admit, I'm liking where this Lynn thing is going, how it could be presented through Noah, but for a lot of the other parts of this show, I'm still kind of about. And even when you talk about other things like Eli's relationship with his daughter Barbara, his granddaughter Sophie, things like that, I don't feel like this show is really giving you reason to care about them. I mean, it's presenting it's presenting why perhaps Linda's doing what she's doing for Noah, but beyond that, they're characters who don't really click or do much. And even though it's nice to see actors like Rosie Perez, who very much look like Shaka Khan to me in this, or else Robert Townsend, who's a director, writer, icon in the industry, it's like they wanted to work with Billy Crystal, Judith Light, so that's why they're on here, rather than they're really going to be tapped into to really take this to the next level. For as much as Rosie Perez as Denise, who is Noah's current foster mom, has cute moments with the kid, it's not like she's really somebody who's presented in a way where it had to be her or this character truly matters, at least at this point. And then with Robert Townsend as Jackson, who is one of Eli's closest friends, yes, he gives a bit of an insight into Lynn and Eli's relationship, but that wasn't until episode 3. And again, there's something about these characters that all feel like they're replaceable in a way, and I get probably their only purpose is to help with the central mystery, whether it's the Lynn situation or the Noah situation, but a part of me kind of wishes they were able to give more than that. But overall, when it comes to Before, I won't say this is going to be the new flagship show when it comes to Apple TV Plus, but it definitely justifies it if you're somebody that was waiting for something new to come on the platform worth watching.